Hey everyone, I'm Follygon, and in this video we're going to talk about how to come up with new ideas. If you like the 3D model that you see in this video, you can click the link in the top right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you over to my Gumroad page. There you can just type a little 0 in that box and click the I want this button, and you can download it for free. If you can't tell, I'm getting over a cold this week, but I'm going to keep trudging through here. The world doesn't stop spinning, my head won't stop spinning, but we'll get through here, so bear with me. How do you come up with new ideas? That's a tough one, and I think it boils down to creativity and what that means for you. A lot of people say that you need to practice creativity, but they don't go deeper into what exactly that means. How do you practice creativity? So what I want to do today is give you 4 ways that I use personally to practice creativity for myself. Alright, number 1 is silencing the commotion around you. We live in a busy time here, and it's really easy to get distracted, but if we can silence that commotion around us and create an environment where we can kind of thrive and come up with new creative ideas, I think that is going to be a huge benefit for you. In the past, I used to drive over an hour one way to get to work, and in that time, it gave me a great opportunity to kind of let my creative juices flow. So I would turn off my Sleepy Cabin podcast or whatever garbage I was listening to at the time, and just kind of sit in silence, focus on driving as well, but kind of in a psychopathic way, kind of start talking to myself, coming up with new ideas, and just kind of having that environment where I could be alone and kind of not be distracted by too much other than, all the cars around me on the highway. But it gave me a really good opportunity to kind of come up with new creative ideas. So silence the commotion around you and give yourself an environment where you can come up with new ideas. Alright, number 2 is just being prepared for inspiration or creative ideas or whatever that is. I've talked in the past about how I use the application Evernote. It's a note-taking app. It lets me use text and images and kind of save those for later. Syncs between my phone and my desktop. Really good for just kind of being prepared for cool things, just everyday normal things that can happen. And I can kind of write them down and remember them later. Whatever that is for you, a pad and paper and pen that you carry around with you wherever you go, mental notes, just make sure that it's something that you can use, that you can kind of pull from later. The third way that you can come up with some new ideas and practice creativity that I personally use for myself is to pull inspiration from the things that you love, like your hobbies and the things that you do in your free time. I've always really been into player versus player video games and board games, so even more recently I've been getting into more and more fighting games, and I want to kind of try to pull inspiration from a fighting game and maybe try to create my own universe and create a series of characters that could exist in a fighting game universe. Know what your passions are and pull from those as creative sources of inspiration. And finally, if nothing else works here for you, steal from other artists. And I obviously do not mean steal someone else's art and say that it is yours, but instead, if you're a 3D artist like me, you can take someone's 2D concept and convert it into a 3D character. Or instead, maybe you could do a master copy of someone else's work. Even the concept that I am sculpting right now, the creature that I'm creating in this video, is a concept that I stole. And I didn't steal this concept from anyone else's art, I stole it from an image of a naked owl that I saw, a featherless owl. And when I saw it, I thought to myself, holy crap, this is the thing of nightmares. I need to incorporate this creepy thing into my artwork somehow. So that was the main reference image that I used for creating this character. Now when you steal artwork from somebody else and you're trying to maybe replicate it, or instead tweak it in your own little way, obviously you're not going to be working out those creative juices as much as you would doing a different method, but at least you are getting some practice in, which is always important. Remember that these are ways that I practice creativity for myself, but that might not necessarily work for you, and that's totally cool. But hopefully you can listen to these 4 ways that I practice creativity and attempt to glean some information from it, or even start thinking about how you can practice creativity in a new way for yourself. And with that, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new, maybe got a little inspired, and I'll see you next time. Alright, number 2 is being prepared. 2. Be prepared for coughs.